This is Nick.
This is Jack.
It's Friday, the real Friday, June 17th, and today's pod is the best one yet, Jack.
Same shirt.
Yeah, same shirt. On Fridays, we wear blue.
TVOY. Now remember, you can watch video of today's pod on Spotify with one tap of the finger.
And you can ask us questions on T-Boy Live on Instagram today at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Either way, you get to see us. We hopefully get to see you.
Either way, we're both going to be wearing blue.
For our first story,
Abadi abadai.
Netflix needs season 2 of Squid Game to be as big a hit as season 1 was.
In fact, it needs it so badly, it's turning Squid Game into a reality show.
For our second story, Lego, the world's largest toy company, is finally building a factory in America.
Because kids want Lego, but they have no idea what Lego they want.
And our third and final story is Jokr. No E, drop the E. It's the 15-minute super delivery app, and they're shutting down.
And so is the era of the venture capital subsidized millennial lifestyle.
Oh, I love that era.
Who wants a $2 Uber to anywhere?
But before we hit that wonderful mix,
Just a perfect mix to end a week on, Jack.
something's happening this weekend that Nick and I have never seen before.
Yetis, a new federal holiday hath been born.
On Monday, Wall Street, the U.S. Post Office, and federal offices, they're all taking the day off.
Yeah, including us. We're not going to be here either because Wall Street's not happening either.
We're celebrating Juneteenth, America's 11th federal holiday.
Now, to sprinkle on a little context here, June 19th, 1865, a.k.a. Emancipation Day.
It's called Emancipation Day because that was the day that the final enslaved people in the United States were freed.
Okay, legally, all slaves were free since 1863, but the timing wasn't quite right.
Right. It took 2 months after the war until freedom became complete.
It wasn't until Union soldiers hit this remote tip of Texas to let them know in person, IRL, you're free.
Juneteenth celebrates the final people in the final state who got their freedom.
We're talking about Galveston, Texas, where they've been celebrating for decades.
Galveston, Texas is the origin of this holiday this weekend.
Well, Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style, and it turns out we actually haven't had a new federal holiday in nearly 40 years.
Yes, and still only about 20 states are celebrating Juneteenth so far.
Okay, so thankfully we get to celebrate, and we hope you do too on Monday.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Happy Emancipation
It's
Day.
a fantastic reason for another 3-day weekend.
Why not throw in a 4-day week while we're
Not
at it?
too shabby to get a summer holiday. We'll always take it.
We'll see you Tuesday. In the meantime, Jack, let's hit our 3 stories.
15 years before this song, 2 boys from the Northeast met in a dorm. They had an idea that caused a cultural storm. It's the best one yet, but the best is the norm. Jack, Nick, that's it. I don't even think they need to practice. 50%, that's a fat tip. T-Boy City on your at-list. If you know, cause we ready to go. We can't wait no more, so just start the show. Start the show.
For our first story, Netflix is turning red light, green light, Squid Game from a fictional show into a reality
Not to
show.
get too meta,
Red light, green light.
but Netflix is in its own Squid Game.
Okay, Jack, first of all, Yetis, that was not prepared and that was not rehearsed. South Korea's Squid Game show. It's not just a show. It's so much more than a show, right?
It's a 10-episode meme factory that I haven't seen. So actually, this is like all you, what's about to come here.
Well, Jack, if you can't cut a cookie with a paperclip, then you can't sit with us.
It's Netflix's #1 show ever, and we just learned that season 2 of Squid Game is officially coming to Netflix.
That's pretty big news, but it's not even the bigger news.
Here's the meta news. Netflix is launching a Squid Game reality TV show in addition to season 2.
All right, Jack, can you whip up for us exactly what the Squid Game, the series, was about?
Here's what I've gathered from what you've told me. 456 fictional people compete in children's games to win a cash prize, while a bunch of super rich VIPs are like eating popcorn watching it as entertainment.
First of all, Jack, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Second of all, the contestants are going to kill each other along the way until there's one left surviving.
And the people are participating because they're desperately indebted.
Okay, so based on that charming inspiration, Jack, can you now describe to us Squid Game, the reality TV show challenge?
456 real people. Could be you and me. are doing something similar, presumably, though, with no death involved.
Now, unclear if they're desperately in debt, but confirmed that no one's going to get killed.
By the way, casting for this reality show, it's open now.
Actually, Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style. You can go to like www.squidgamecasting.com like today.
Yeah, the grand prize is $4.56 million. So like,
If you know, you know.
send in an audition tape like you used to with Survivor and like Road Rules.
If you got cut from Love Island and you're available in September, then I don't know, send in that tape.
Put all that aside for a second.
Okay, Jack.
Squid Game, the show, wasn't it a critique of capitalism?
It was, Jack, which is what makes this funny thing that Netflix is doing so weird.
Yeah, they're going full on capitalist with the season 2 situation.
Yeah, basically Netflix is commercializing the Squid Game brand with a reality spinoff to drive subscriptions to Netflix.
They're turning this into like a Marvel-like franchise, and they're probably taking out debt themselves to pay for it.
Jack, this is not what the director of Squid Game originally intentioned when he crafted the script.
Not exactly a social critique.
So, Jack, what's the old man's takeaway for our buddies over at Netflix?
The streaming industry has become a Squid Game.
Here's why it's so ironic, Yetis, because in Squid Game, many players are competing for a big cash piggy bank, and in the streaming wars, many players are competing for your attention.
Right, bag of cash, your attention. Those are both limited and very valuable things worth competing for.
Well, just last quarter, Netflix actually lost subscribers for the first time in a decade.
Well, while Disney Plus is gaining, TikTok could be Netflix's real competition in this game.
So just like player 456, the way Jack and I see it, Netflix is getting a bit desperate.
Netflix is in survival mode.
Netflix is in its own Squid Game.
Red light, green light.
For our second story, for the first time ever, we are finally getting a Lego factory.
Finally, the first Danish-American factory we've ever covered in this pod.
Honestly, and it's because Lego, they know that kids want toys, but kids have no idea what toys they want.
One thing, though, is certain. Demand for Lego bricks in America is bigger than ever.
Yeah, and so is screaming because you just stepped on a really painful blue cube.
Yes, parents, despite that, figure instead of screen time, just put your kid on the carpet with a bucket of Legos and let them build like a 3-foot tall Taj Mahal.
I actually still like have a scar on my toe, Jack.
Parents want less Roblox, more Lego blocks stuck in your toes.
Boom, here's the news, besties. Lego is now building its 7th ever factory, and it's doing it in America for the first time.
Yeah, first American Lego factory. It's going to be in Virginia, just outside of Richmond.
Well, fun fact, Yetis, that you're going to want to share this weekend. Jack, what's the fun fact?
Lego produces 100 billion bricks per year. I actually don't think that's that impressive because like each set includes hundreds of Legos.
Okay,
right?
if you're not impressed, this may impress you, Jack. You ready? This is the best fact yet. Here it is. Lego is the world's biggest manufacturer of tires.
That is a great fact.
It is. Goodyear, not even close. Lego, the little tires. They're making so many of them.
So many little tires.
So many tires. Also have a scar from that.
Isn't the most consumed fish every year a Swedish fish?
No, Jack. It's a Lego. But Yetis, here's what Jack and I found so fascinating about this Lego story. Most toy companies, they're going to use one factory to make the toy for the whole world, or as few factories as possible.
Right. That's the most efficient way to produce at scale. Like build one place and just crank the hell out of that one place.
But Lego, they don't do stuff like that. Lego, they got 7 factories that they own distributed across the planet because of this really fascinating statistic.
Over half of Lego sets sold each year are brand new models that didn't exist last year with new characters and new designs.
So they're not like stacking the shelves with some Hogwarts castle from 10 years ago with like a teeny little Harry Potter.
Yeah, there's no Anakin Skywalker from like whenever.
Lego, they want to be nimble, constantly offering fresh sets of toys on shelves like it's a grocery store.
They basically need a farm-to-table situation.
And the reason is our takeaway. So Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over at Lego?
If you want to know the customer, get close to the customer.
Cool thing about the toy industry, kid desire for toys is constant, but the particular toy that they want is always changing.
This year, is it going to be Buzz Lightyear or is it going to be Tickle Me Elmo?
Yeah, American children are fickle creatures. No telling what kids will want this year for Christmas. Jack Wilder, I haven't even decided yet. I did get him those shoes, but I haven't even decided on a gift for Christmas for the Podson.
I think you should just give him food because he's just going to throw it.
I just know whatever I get him now as a toy, he's not going to like it in 6 months.
Right now, the kids might be all about Dora the Explorer, but by November, there could be like Yoga's kid cousin who just dropped on Disney+.
Yeah, so the closer Lego is to Americans, its biggest market, the quicker it can react to kids' fickle tastes.
One factory in Vietnam, that's way too far away.
Lego would rather take their chances on the traffic on I-95 than in the Suez Canal.
So to keep toys fresh for the kids, Lego builds close to the kids.
And now word about our sponsor, Robinhood.
We see ads all the time.
All over the place, $10 off this $5 promo code for that, Jack. You can buy 3 suits, you can get 1 free.
But something we always thought was cool about Robinhood, the free stock promo.
Yeah, this was wild. The promo isn't like some X amount of dollars. It's 1 stock.
If you signed up for Robinhood, they'd thank you with a single share in a publicly traded company on the house.
And that free stock promo, it actually helped drive Robinhood's growth and got new users in the stock market right away.
One of the most creative moves in promotional history.
So when Robinhood became our sponsor, naturally, Jack and I said, we got to do the free stock giveaway.
If you're not on Robinhood yet and you want to get started, go to Robinhood.com/TBoy and get cash to select your free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Certain limitations apply. All investments involve risk.
Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Robinhood is no longer affiliated with us or the podcast.
For our third and final story, Jokr, a 15-minute super delivery app, is shutting down its U.S. operations.
Because we're at an end of an era.
Yeah.
The end of the VC-subsidized urban millennial living.
Super delivery, not regular delivery, not classic delivery, not old school delivery, not new school delivery, super delivery.
Super delivery is solving a problem because 30 minutes is way too long.
I can't wait 30 minutes for that potato. I need that potato in 12 minutes, Jack.
I'm a human being. I have needs. I need them fulfilled now.
So a bunch of startups, Jokr, Gorillas, Popcorn, GoPuff, they raised an insane amount of funding, record funding, to give you 15-minute delivery for a $2 fee.
When Nick and I first covered this industry, we assumed they hired ex-Olympic sprinters to make this possible.
Because it's a wildly unprofitable business model to pull off super delivery.
And now, as stock markets and every other market is falling, the music has stopped for one of the super delivery unicorns, Jokr.
Jokr, the $1.2 billion valuation Jokr is shutting down in the United States.
They're focusing on trying to survive down in South America.
But Yetis, here's the thing about an unprofitable business like Jokr.
Unprofitable businesses can be bad for investors, but they can actually be really great for you and me.
Yeah, if you're a millennial like Jack and me, you lived in a city for a decade, you've gotten incredible deals thanks to these unprofitable startups.
Unprofitable startups have been great for me personally.
Honestly, it's been fantastic. Jack, can we talk about what happened with rides over the last decade?
Okay, before Uber, you paid like $22 for a cab ride home, and you had to stand on the street hailing them down.
And how much did we pay for Ubers for a long time,
Like
Jack?
$8.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, Jack, how about MoviePass? Remember MoviePass?
Oh my goodness. For a year, you could pay $10 a month and get unlimited movie theater tickets.
Oh, and then Jack, what happened with Workspaces? Where we work. This happened.
We were.
Yeah.
Oh my. You walk in and they hand you like a free tablet and 6 months of free office space and beer on tap.
6 months? Miguel, give them 12 months.
Massa! This is all thanks to venture capital money. They funded deeply unprofitable startups with literally billions and billions of dollars of cash.
And here was their VC theory, that growth is all that mattered. Profits, yeah, that would come later on.
Venture capital figured that if you smothered an app with millennial branding and offered a price that was just incredibly cheap, you could get millions of people to download the app.
And as long as Jack, me, and probably most of you downloaded the app, the company would eventually make more money off of us.
The company would eventually knock out all the competition with their insanely low prices, and then they'd be a monopoly and they could jack up profits.
So, Jack, anytime we see some direct-to-consumer thing that felt too good to be true, we should be just thanking Andreessen Horowitz.
Thank you, venture capital, for all those free huevos rancheros deliveries when I was in my 20s and like really needed them.
So, Jack, what's the takeaway for all of our unprofitable startup buddies?
The era of the millennial subsidized lifestyle is over.
The discount code is dead.
The millennial subsidized lifestyle. That's a phrase coined by Kevin Roos and Derek Thompson.
It's when funding from a venture capital firm like a SoftBank makes your online pizza delivery free.
But right now, interest rates are jumping. Companies are clinging to their money, and venture capital cannot continue funding these money-losing businesses.
Yeah, so forever unprofitable apps have to get profitable really fast.
For 10 years, we got outrageously good promo codes for hugely discounted stuff.
All we had to do was download an app funded by Masa.
That era of the millennial subsidized lifestyle, it's over.
Jack, the discount code, it's dead.
R.I.P. It was a good run.
Jack, can you in that lovely blue shirt whip up the takeaways for us before the 3-day weekend?
No, you hang up.
Oh, you look great.
Squid Game Season 2 is coming, and so is a reality TV show version.
Ironically, Netflix is a contestant in its own Squid Game.
For our second story, Legos. They're building their first American factory.
To build for American kids, you got to be close to American kids.
For our third and final story, Jokr. They're ending their U.S. super delivery business.
The era of venture capital subsidizing urban millennials is over.
The discount code is dead.
Casper will no longer pay you to get their mattress. Mattress. Now, time for the best fact yet. This one sent in by longtime legendary Yeti, Alyssa Zatterer over in Great Neck, Long Island.
The first dog to ever ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay, we'll give you a sec. This is a good trivia one. This is a good guess. If you're in the car with someone, you're with a friend, a couple of that Yetis together.
It was a small dog.
It was.
And it was a hungry dog.
And its name was Gidget.
It's the Chihuahua from Taco Bell.
Yeah, the dog from Taco Bell, the little Chihuahua from our childhood.
The one that only speaks Spanish.
The Taco Bell Chihuahua, first dog to ring the stock exchange bell. Besties and Yetis, you looked fantastic this week. And if you haven't yet, you can drop down, help grow the pod by giving us a 5-star rating and following us on Spotify.
Drop down and give me 5.
Jack and I will see you Tuesday.
Have a fantastic long weekend.
Can't wait. And before we go, a happy Father's Day to all the Yetis out there and a happy second Father's Day to you, Jack.
Wilder, I am your father.
And a happy Father's Day to your dad, my dad, all the dads.
Congratulations to Patrick Bates, who was in the Navy and is now moving on to be a pilot at Nick's favorite airline, Delta.
Sky Miles, Almores and Dev, they are getting married after swiping right during the pandemic.
Congratulations to Andy Leon and Sandy Wynn, who are getting married in San Ramon, California.
And Stacey Hoffman is graduating from Kellogg, but get this, the best one yet was part of her wedding vows.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Let's celebrate that win. And congratulations to Nicholas Glover, who's finished residency down in Palm Springs, California.
Madeline and Brian Briggs, they're getting married in the Presidio in San Francisco. Lovely.
Happy anniversary to Weston and Lizzie Woodrick in Pittsburgh.
And Pyle and Rushi, 6 years together with their golden doodle in Illinois.
Congrats to Emily Osborne getting her music master's degree.
And Rakesh has an anniversary with her husband down in Los Angeles.
And happy birthday to Nico Norena in Miami, Florida.
Celebrate with just a fantastic cake, Nico.
And happy 30th to George Wynn in San Diego.
And Heidi Caputo, who's listening with her husband. Happy birthday in Orange County.
Happy birthday to Emmanuel Abadia in Panama City, Panama.
And Max Collin, enjoy that 21st birthday with the Apple internship.
Happy birthday to Claire Pitstick in Austin, Texas.
And Ahana Tahana over in Vernon Hills, Illinois.
And Katie Grakowski in Naperville, Illinois.
And Vanessa Vlasic down in Los Angeles.
To anybody else celebrating something today, make it a T-Boy.
Celebrate the wins.
This is Jack. I own stock of Netflix, Disney, and Roblox. And Nick and I both own stock of Robinhood.
And now a word from our sponsor, Robinhood.
The first time we swiped up to buy a stock on Robinhood, whoa.
Yeah, Jack, you get like that zzz, like little vibration. Boom, you've done a trade.
It wasn't just an incredible app. Robinhood added incredible resources too.
It started with the Help Center. Everyone has that.
Then came Robinhood Snacks, digestible financial news.
Then came the newsfeed, providing free third-party news from trusted sources.
And then came Robinhood Learn, a huge trove of articles explaining what the heck an ETF is.
Yeah, spoiler, it's like a stock smoothie, Jack and I actually wrote the article on that one.
If you're not on Robinhood yet, want to get started, go to Robinhood.com/tboy and choose a free stock.
That's Robinhood.com/TBOY. Certain limitations apply. All investments involve risk.
Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. And by the way, Robinhood is no longer affiliated with us or the podcast.
Green light, red light. Okay.